back with some more Ren. This one's called Crucify Your Culture, I think. I've never heard of this one.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we'll drink from the chalice.
Going down, world. Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus.
And it's your boy, Don Wannabe, back in the house once again.
It's the incredible. Every time you say back in the house once again, I just want, it's the incredible.
You should just have it so you can hit it.
Yeah, maybe I'll get that. You guys, we're back, and we're pecking back at the back of the act. We are going to react to Ren's Crucify Your Culture. Now, I'm not going to lie, man. You guys have been sending us a gang of super thank yous, especially in the membership, in the comments, and it'd be like, yo, thank you, or like, I got a bunch of requests through Cash App. Bruh, shout out to you guys. Actually, let me see what I got, because I just saw one just like 5 seconds ago, and I was like, dude, y'all is wildin'. Emma McLean sent a Cash App, requested Ren's Children of the Moon. I've gotten requests for Ocean with Eden Nash. I reacted to a joint. I got to put you on. It's called Humble. Eden Nash can sing. We got to get to that. Also,
is that a Ren song?
Yeah,
okay.
It's featuring Eden Nash,
gotcha.
but Humble. But it's super hard, bro. But so I guess there's another song called Ocean. Bro, I didn't know he has so much music, dude. Like, we're really got a rabbit hole to go down.
I was just thinking that because I was like,
normally someone has like 5 songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, 5 songs that are like, okay, these are interesting enough to react to.
Yeah.
But once again, when I heard this intro coming in, I started thinking like, damn, this is like different than everything else I've listened to. And I say that every time.
We listen
and
to
then
Ren.
every time I listen to something new. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, bro.
Here we go.
He's nice with it. I can't lie, man. I'll be surprised if all of a sudden he's like, yeah, man, I'm doing an EP with Wu-Tang. Yo, I have a joint with Rage Against the Machine. Yo, I got something with 311. Like,
I resurrected Jerry Garcia from the dead. We're doing a track.
Bro, Ren, nothing surprises me. He has some type of big announcement coming out today. But anyways, you guys, this is one of the ones you've asked for. We're getting to them as fast as we can. The other thing is we want to take our time and enjoy discovering Ren in front of you guys. So there's no rush. You know, I think we're going to be dropping something on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. We'll see. We got so much stuff we got to get to. But, yo, today we're diving into this Crucify Your Culture. So if you guys ready to take the ride with us for the first time, I've never heard of this song. I've never heard it, never seen the video. So it's going to be fun. And when you say Crucify Your Culture, if it has anything to do with culture or politics, you're probably going to get some.
I mean, that's a hard title for a song.
So you know what you're going to get from us. All right, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. But if you rock with our vibe, subscribe to Zidam channel. Let's get it popping. 40-year-old
boys are back in town. 40. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
You see me playing that air guitar just like Ren?
Yeah, you've been getting good, bro.
Yeah,
I've been noticing the game's been leveling up. Your air guitar game.
I'm working on my chords and progressions, brother.
Working on my core.
Yeah. Yeah, brother. All right, you guys. What was I? I don't even know what I was.
I have no idea where you're going with that.
Yeah, me neither.
For some reason, when I saw that title, Crucify Your Culture, it made me think of Madonna. Isn't it Madonna Justify My Love or something? I don't know why, but I'm like, is this like the opposite of that?
Let me get this logo down, the video up. You guys, don't forget, just dropped a new music video, planned it. It's on the channel. We got original freestyles off the top of the brain, original music, all on the channel right here. Support the original stuff as much as you guys do these reactions, and let's get it, man. We rocking with some Ren today. Yeah, let's just get into it. Madonna, man, you say, I don't know. Because you say she put so much sacrilege in her videos. I'm like, girl. And now she just looked like, have you ever seen her on TikTok, bro? Woo! No comment, YouTube.
Scary.
Bro, it's
scary.
It's like, check this out, man. Sometimes you go downtown and you just see a beautiful elderly woman. And her spirit, her energy, she's just but she's just beautiful, wrinkles and all. No makeup, just a beautiful woman. And I'm looking at Madonna. You'll never be able to have that because it's just, you're full of plastic.
Science experiment.
Dude,
is what it looks like.
Bro, it's wild. Anyways, we're not here to judge Madonna like a virgin.
No, but like you said, there's something to be said for aging gracefully and just saying like, look, this is a
part of life. I embrace this.
Yeah.
It's okay. Me and you are 40-year-old dudes.
Hairlines and all.
I never thought in my life, and we'll get into the reaction, you guys. Sometimes we just got to vent in front of y'all. I never thought in my life. I always prided myself being in my 20s. Then when I got in my 30s, I got to my midlife crisis. I was like rapping about all this crazy stuff because I was trying to hold on to my 20s. I never thought on God's green earth I would get on YouTube and be like, 40! And my daughter was saying it the other day. She's like, Dad, 40. She's only 4 years old. She's like, why do you say that? Because I'm 43 and I represent my age. She's like, yeah, because you're 40. And I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Whoever thought that I'd own it? A catch line of our age. But who cares, man? It's just what it is.
I feel like it's, to me, I've been enjoying getting older because I've gotten wisdom and I feel like I'm better at life now. You know what I mean? I'm making less mistakes than I used to. It's, I'm less, wild, which is good in some ways. And, there's a sacrifice that's made in certain physicality aspects.
I'm less horny, so I have more fun in my real life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about, So let's get it. All right,
it's
man.
Give and take.
This is the longest Ren intro of all time. Let's go. Y'all got to love us. Ren, Crucify Your Culture. Let's get it. Little ragey? No, we'll see.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we all drink from the chalice. It's a long way down into the rabbit hole, Alice.
Now I crucify your culture, burn down the old top religion of consumerism, picks us up like roaches, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump. It's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1-2-3 party system. I rise against them illusions of choice. Take our voice or take back your rigged election system deficit. Represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherds and the sheets on me.
Someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama. Now they're all just a product to you.
And now you care more about your new shoes, the loose screws and minds of politicians that abuse truths to shape you, break you. Consumerism breaks you until your thoughts to end you. They make you wanna hate you, so you keep buying. Corporation buying, defying fraudulent liars and burning empires, tapping to the telephone wires. And history's biased, it glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction upon people.
Every single human born equal.
They treat you like an asset, not a human, man. It's see-through, slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is that?
Yo. I don't know if he's going to do a hook on this song. So I was like, I wanted to let it play. We talk forever getting into this. He's dropping some gems and we got to talk about it. You want me to see if it gets to a hook?
Yeah. Well, we can just, you pause this. So let's go in.
All right. I'm going to bring it back and let's go. Let's not just randomly go in. Let's just go in subject
This doesn't
for subject.
remind me of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, it doesn't.
For some reason, the song that's coming to mind is, that song that's, she's going the distance. She's going for speed.
No, I don't.
Let me look at it.
Anyways, when I said it, just because the riff at the beginning sounded like the beginning, but he didn't go like, But anyways, you know what this reminds me of off the top though, my man? Fight Club. Like this should be like the Fight Club soundtrack, huh?
Cake. No,
I've never heard it. Or maybe you just sing very bad.
Both.
Or both.
Both can be true.
This reminds me, this could be the sound club for Fight Club. The things that stood out the most was he's talking about consumerism. Now he took a shot at all the American presidents. I'm like, damn, player, what's up? What's up? What's up with Britain, London?
We're not going to talk about Tony Blair. Lord Mountbatten.
Nah, but he what he's saying was real though. All right, let's get into it, man, because y'all know what this is. This is MAGA gang. You know what I'm saying? Make America great again. America first. Trump 2024.
You're so dumb. You're like, oh, there's the fire. Do you have some gasoline? Hey, Don, can you bring some propane?
Nah,
some tannerite?
Honestly, I do that, guys.
To trigger people.
Yeah. My thing is, I'm one of the people, Trump doesn't trigger me, but I love how people get triggered by him. Yeah. And he doesn't trigger me. I think Trump is hilarious. He actually did some good things for America, but that's not what this is about. He did some BS too. A lot of BS. All the presidents do. They're all in pocket with the global elites, in my opinion. But he's one of the presidents that don't trigger me. I actually laugh at.
Okay.
And so I always go ham. But let's go to the first lyrics and let's break it down. He said
hold
murderous
on.
time with a murderous.
First of all, I just want to talk about the song in and of itself. I like the fact that he chose this kind of riff because it's kind of upbeat to me.
Okay.
And
not
sometimes when you do this type of content, I feel like it can go too dark. And when you go too dark, it feels too preachy to me. You know? And so like the Police, which I think he said is one of his inspos at one point.
Yeah.
You know, some of their songs, like they're super dark, but then they have these like upbeat like riffs to them. And so you kind of just vibe to it and it sinks in on a different level because it doesn't go down that dark lane where you're like, oh, I just want to like, you know, tone it out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you kind of like vibe to it. And then after a while you listen to the lyrics and you're like, damn, this song is kind of dark, but the message kind of gets in a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it because it lightens up a heavy subject.
Yes.
But if you want to rewind it, go ahead. So I just wanted to touch on that because I thought that was important to me.
No, that's dope. And that was more along the lines of the sonically what the song was doing. And the reason I want to bring it back is so we don't miss some of the lyrics because he was going pretty dope, you know?
Yeah.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we all drink from the chalice. It's a long way down into the rabbit hole, Alice.
Now I crucify your culture, burn down the altar. Religion of consumerism picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump. It's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1, 2, 3 party system. I rise against them illusions of choice. Take our voice, so take back your rigged election system. Deficit represent no.
Yo, he should get banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Ren. You need to ban him. Did you guys see what he said here?
Jump, we jump. It's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1, 2, 3 party system. I rise against them illusions of choice. Take our voice, so take back your rigged election.
Okay.
Yeah,
So check this out. See this word right here? I won't even say it on YouTube.
No, because we literally
if
get
I
pulled.
say it, I say that in the song, it's a rap.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that happened either. I'm just saying if you bring it up, like it's crazy how YouTube censorship is. And okay, I want you to talk because I want to address the CNN thing that people have been talking about as well.
So, I mean, basically his whole vibe on the song is just kind of identifying with my kind of political views as well, in the sense that until the last couple of years, I mean, we started talking about politics during the pandemic, and I got more engaged with politics really than I ever have because I felt like it was life and death. And typically I would stay out of it, call me cynical, but I'm like, it doesn't make a difference. And he said, you know, I don't buy into the 1 or 2 party,
3-party system.
Yeah, typically, you know, we would say the 2-party system because that's all we really have. But he said the 1, 2, or 3 because it's all blank. And I would have to agree. That's exactly why I, you know, kind of tapped out of the whole political, you know, arena, is because I don't think that there really is a difference. And I think that's what he's addressing in this song. You know, it's basically set up so that there's certain entities who have influence over our daily lives. And the way that they get us, you know, fighting is by going back and forth on these culture war issues. So it's like, oh, you're MAGA, that means you're a hateful person. Oh, you're a lefty, and so that means you want to kill babies. Like, you know, it's like they pick these certain issues that they know that they're divisive, and then they toss them back and forth like a football so that we feel like we have to run into the election booth. But meanwhile, nothing really changes. That's why I respect that he says, you know, whether it's Bush or Obama or, you know, Trump, nothing has really changed. If you look at, you know, everything that happened since 2001 to the present moment, every president has just taken more of our rights. They're currently trying to ban TikTok, which is really a bill to take away even more of our rights. And it doesn't matter who's in office, you know. They've got pictures of them all hanging out on the golf course like this, smiling, all buddy-buddy.
The Obama and Bush line. So Obama, Bush, Trump, whatever. Once this Trump stuff's over, Trump's going to be hanging out with Obama and Bush. Like, it's crazy because I remember what people were like with the 9/11, the Bush stuff. Then we go into the Obama era, and now they're homies, y'all. You see massive pictures, Obama and Bush. But when me and you were, because we're old enough to remember the side that despised Bush. We're old enough to remember the whole Immortal Technique era. And it's just insane to me. And then it's like, oh yeah, Obama. And then now they're best friends. It's all a freaking charade. But what I wanted to talk about just for 1 second, Ren just came out, okay, CNN. Now I have a song called CNN Playing Tricks on Me. And I got heated for it. Everyone always roasting Rob, but everyone roasting Black P for calling out the censorship on YouTube. Oh, you're right? Mm-hmm. Well, it's coming down the pipes. The reason I would, Paul Revere, yeah, the censorship's coming, because it's coming for everyone. Just because it might be something that I'm speaking on, I believe in, now the pendulum swings. So
I don't think it's an accident that they chose Ren.
I don't either.
Why do you think they chose him? Because he makes a song like this, right? And then all of a sudden they put him in a segment where they're talking about, the awful things that kids are doing to themselves listening to this, depressing music.
What I wanted to highlight was that Ren has made a masterpiece that will stand the test of time with High Ren to explain the difficulty maneuvering through your mind when you're having mental health issues. He's literally created a masterpiece, and CNN took the smallest portion of it and tried to create a hit piece saying that he's promoting. You can't even say it on YouTube, but no. You guys know what I'm saying, because this is what's crazy. They flagged that video like that. It's not. So Ren came out and spoke on his channel. In America, that's videos flagged. I can show you guys. Like when you click on it, it says this content is this, meaning it's been suppressed, shadow banned, so no one can really see it. So again, the censorship is coming for everyone that goes against whatever narrative they're trying to push at the moment.
Yeah.
But,
and I think, again, it's like if he wasn't making music like this.
And he's good looking, he's popular.
Then do you think they would have picked him? I personally go down the conspiracy rabbit hole on that type of thing, because I'm thinking about all the other artists who have made music that's way darker than his. It's actually way more on point. But they chose one person who makes songs like this that actually speak out against the system to bash. The other artists that are just on some dark stuff, they didn't say anything about.
Message.
System deficit, represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherd than the sheep, on
Let's go back, bro. He's flipping his flow. He's chopping. He's spitting rapid. This dude is dope.
1, 2, 3 party system. I rise against them illusions of choice. Take our voice, no take back, go read the election system deficit. Represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherd than the sheep, on
Someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama. Now they're all just a product to you.
And now
someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama.
Y'all hear that? One more
honey,
time.
how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherd than the sheep,
someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama.
They stole the voice of
Sell.
Oh, they sell the voice?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Honey, how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherd than the sheep,
someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama.
So, but what I was trying to say, this has nothing to really do with that, but I just wanted to ingest it multiple times. Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Y'all seen the controversy with the Dalai Lama that happened lately?
Yeah.
Bro, you can't trust none of these mother suckers, bro. And especially around your kiddos, bro.
Well, it's interesting that he put these different type of characters in there, and he specifically said they sell the concept of freedom to you.
Yes.
Which there's something called the Hegelian dialect, which is like a action reaction, which basically means that you set up an action and the intent is to get a reaction. And then you continue in this cycle. And the idea is that you use these actions and reactions to keep people in a constant state of kind of fear and reacting to things.
Yeah.
So that's where you have, something, like abortion, where they will make it this hot button issue. And then they pass the football back and forth, and then people are charged up on each side, we've got to get to the polls, blah, blah, blah. And so they're looking at one another as like the enemy, like, I'm pro-choice, he's pro-life. So we're sitting here arguing with each other about this one issue. Meanwhile, the people in power are still doing the same
nonsense
no matter what. And they're all, and it's, the crazy thing is it's like, since 2001, we've been fighting these wars, and the American people continue to lose. The soldiers that go over there and fight continue to lose, and the only people that have stayed winning is the military-industrial complex.
And the people who get the contracts to go rebuild
exactly
what they tore down.
And so while we're fighting about, the abortion issue, this one issue going back and forth, guess what? Those people are still getting the contracts. People are still getting killed. They're still fighting unnecessary wars. And instead of us focusing on these issues that could really make a difference, we end up caught up on, one of these other issues.
Now, wasn't Trump labeled an anti-war president? He was like less war than most of them. Anyways, who cares? It's all weird. But what I wanted to say is, didn't Ike say that problem, reaction, solution?
It's
similar. Is that similar to what you're talking about? Problem, reaction, solution? It's
specifically called the Hegelian dialectic. Okay. So it's a
Hegelian dialectic is something I need to put in my tool belt if I can remember it.
It's like problem, reaction, solution, or something like that.
Okay, here we go.
Are they all just a product to you?
And now you care more about your new shoes, the loose screws and minds of politicians that abuse truths to shape you, break you. Consumerism breaks you until your thoughts to end you. They make you want to hate you, so you keep buying. Corporation buying, defying fraudulent liars and burning empires. Tap into the telephone wires and history's biased. It glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction upon people.
Every single human born equal.
They treat you like a...
I feel like there's a middle ground to that last statement about history glorifying the wars, because human nature, we do kind of have there is in the core of humans in general, we have problematic things, which it either arises to tribal disputes, wars, conquering. It's just where's the balance as a human, right? But I'm not addressing he's wrong or anything. It's a tactic, right? If you're the winner, you want to crush your enemy, and they do that through history. But I think as mature adults, I think even if I crushed my enemy, it's the history of everything should be foretold, because you start missing things. You know what I'm saying? But I know they leave out a ton of stuff in history. I just thought it was an interesting thing to, pop in on. Am I tripping? My bad.
No, you're not. I mean, I was just thinking there's so much in this song that you could go down with different, pathways.
You could do a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, really, honestly, we could, because the song is that deep. And even just when he's talking about consumerism, it's I have a hard time, right? Because on one hand, I understand what he's saying. There is a way that we as human beings get caught up in the next thing, the new thing, having these nice things, and how it is super detrimental. But at the same time, that culture has brought us these microphones. It's brought us these cameras. When we were growing up, we didn't have access to any of this. We didn't have the ability to put a song on YouTube and potentially blow up, because it wasn't available. And it's because of consumerism that has democratized the world to a degree. So it's a very complicated conversation.
Consumerism and capitalism have sparked innovation. And because of that, me and you were able to sit here and watch Ren.
This is what I'm saying.
It's really crazy. But he says that. He kind of says it in the song it's this weird duality, because it's he acknowledges that in songs as well. And I'm it's interesting to say.
But and that goes to the duality of the conversation that you're having about, rewriting history, because the winners are the ones who get to write it.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing. But then there's also other sides of it where it's I understand the point he's making about the evil empire, and at the same time, show me an empire that is not evil.
Show me a rollie though, real quick. Put your rollies in the sky, bro. I don't even have a rollie.
Yeah,
gosh,
baby.
dang it, Don.
Hey, I won that. I didn't buy it. I won it for being.
He won it. He won it for being an excellent salesman.
Yeah.
But I just think we're over here talking about consumerism. I look down, I see a Rolex, y'all. A rollie, yo. I need one, baby. All right, let's go. No, I don't. I don't need one. Sorry, you guys. I don't need one. I would like one, but I don't need it.
Empires tap into the telephone wires and history's biased. It glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction upon people.
Every single human born equal.
They treat you like an asset, not a human, man. It's see-through. Slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is to help you? Bills stacking high, killing dreams. Money maims you. Lying tames you. The land of the free. Irony. A hierarchy, folks.
All right, we're getting into the part we haven't got into yet, so I want to just let it play and let's bring it back. I know you want to go crazy right there, huh?
I mean, it's just dumb. Like I say, it's dumb because we could do an hour-long podcast on all these different things.
Like, I told you before we reacted to this. I'm gonna let it play. We'll bring it back. We'll try to get out here in 30 minutes. It's already 25.
It's see-through, slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is to help you? Bills stacking high, killing dreams, money maims you, lying tames you. The land of the free, irony. A hierarchy, folks, education kills the fire in me. Still I stand strong like two towers that were knocked down by greedy men's thirst for power and now greed.
Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. Fuck greed, silent I breathe, burn money. Greed makes us bleed, makes us bleed, makes us bleed.
Our political system is a farce. Democracy will not exist till actions speak louder than money. Wealth is the poison honey, another money making holiday for the Easter bunny. Advert suck out your soul, drink Coca-Cola, lining up the pockets of the fat controller, selling fear to the people, let it spread like a bowl, a propaganda machine. Remember the dream, it's hopeless. Nikola Tesla, 1883. The DC current system fought against the AC, but not because the AC system wasn't any better, because people don't like change when money's at the center. Move, let me enter from the epicenter. Poison parliamenter, who's the main contender? Oh, it's you, Mr. President. Evident that the counterintelligence is a hell of a prevalent.
All right, you guys, Don wants to go crazy on y'all. He wants to drop nuclear warheads on you. Do you need to go back to the spot, or do you want to just...
I mean, the couple things that just stood out, there's so much. Like, once again, we could literally sit here. I could talk for hours on this because he's putting so much into this. And it is like kind of a passion of my life, of our life, that we've always kind of delved into these issues and, you know, kind of been intrigued by what he's talking about. I mean, the thing that he was talking about, the debt and the mortgage, like, do you know what mortgage means?
I don't, well, maybe.
Mortgage, I believe it's a French word, mort.
Okay, I don't think I know what it
mort
means.
Means death. So mortgage literally means to the death.
Mortuary, mortgage.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yep. Connects. So it literally means to the death. The idea was that it's basically a debt that you would have until you died. So when he talks about it's used to, you know, enslave you, I mean, that's how a lot of these systems are used. They're used to enslave people. Like, there was this big thing that the banks were doing. It was called microloans, right? And the idea was we're going to extend microloans to small countries and impoverished nations. And the idea is they're going to be able to start their own businesses and do all this stuff, right? And so there were people out there saying, we're going to save the third world by giving them microloans so women can start businesses. And that's that whole social justice thing, right? I remember reading articles about this. Well, years later, I saw something that was talking about it and was like, do you know what these microloans really are? It's a way for them to give loans to these people in countries, and the interest rates are like 20, 30%. It doesn't seem, you know, they're just getting dollars, $1, $5. It's not that much. But the reality is that they weren't starting businesses. It was just like, I need money to buy food this week. And people in those situations will do anything.
Yep.
So all they did is the banks figured out, how can we make even more money on interest, get into these little tiny communities where we don't have reach.
Yep.
And they painted it as being this, you know, social justice, we're going to save the world type of thing.
Yep.
By greedy men's thirst for power and now greed.
Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. Fuck greed, silent I breathe, burn money. Greed makes us bleed, makes us bleed, makes us bleed.
All right, you guys, you're going to hate me for this. A lot of people might cancel me. You might unsubscribe. It's okay. I still love you, and I believe in other people's opinions. When he talks about greed, since this is one of your favorite artists, I want you to listen to these lyrics that he's saying. This all happened in 2020, you guys. The planned outcome that I talk about in my music is from greed. I'm looking directly at you guys. You don't want to believe it, but you will believe it when it comes from your favorite artist, but not from me. All of these outcomes, all these different authoritarian things that were pushed were not for your health. They were for greed. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it very vague so I don't get kicked off YouTube. I'm just going to leave it at that. You can go look at the data, the stats, all the different things. When he talks about Coca-Cola right here, you guys, why would you think there's any difference? I don't understand why people, he's literally breaking down all of the government factions. He's breaking down these things for you to see it in its simplest form. Why would you believe that he even said it? And this is one of your favorite artists. You said, react to this, Black P. And you would think that this governmental factions cared for you in 2020. All of a sudden, they care for you. And the same people involved with doing stuff like Coca-Cola, now they're giving you something. Okay, I got you.
Well, we got, I had people clapping back at me on the last Ren reaction because we were talking some politics stuff on the money game. Mm-hmm. And I had specifically called out, like, Australia. And, well, I didn't even say that. What I said was I'm glad that I was born in America. And people got triggered. Oh, because they thought, like, I'm saying American exceptionalism. What I was saying is I'm glad to be born in a country where I had opportunities that others didn't. People got triggered by that. And that says more about them than it does about me. Facts. Because if I grew up in England, if I grew up in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, any of these countries that have opportunities, I would be saying the same thing. It's not, oh, I'm so much better because I was, raised in America.
That's not our vibe. Yeah, we're not.
Just to be clear. And that's why I think it says more about the people who got triggered by me saying that. It's like I was blessed to be raised with opportunities that most people didn't have.
That they don't have in the third world. They don't, and people who watch these and get all it's like, yo, I hope you're going out to the third world and
hopefully
helping people.
You're in England saying, I'm glad that I was born in England. Hopefully you're in Australia, any country that has,
access and opportunity.
You should be praising the fact that you were born there.
Because it was just a luck of the draw.
Exactly. And that's all I was saying.
Yep.
But, some of those countries like Australia and New Zealand and Canada, people were fighting me saying, oh, you're dumb because you think that we don't have free speech. We just have anti-hate speech laws. But I've already seen, people going to jail or being, ticketed. One woman posted rap lyrics. It was her best friend or one of her close friends' favorite song. She posted the lyrics. This was in England and ended up going to jail because it had the N-word in it. N-I-G-G-A, right? Yeah. And she ended up getting arrested for that. So my problem with that is who gets to decide what hate speech is?
And let's tie this into your favorite artist, Ren, CNN.
Yep.
Just go see what's happening. They're trying to, the goal is to take out TikTok right now, and they use anyone. It has nothing to
do with TikTok.
And it has everything to do with censorship. I'm just going to leave it there, you guys. You just got to open your mind and get past these walls of like, it's because what happens is they created this division where if I say something from this side of things, it's easy to just go with your side. And it's same with me. When you say something, I really have to kind of decompress, see what you're saying, analyze it, and respect your opinion, and then pursue the conversation, because the division is instilled within us through all of these things he's talking about in the song. That's why the song's so deep. And this reaction, we're almost 35 minutes in.
Yep. Yeah. And the only thing I wanted to say, just to wrap that up, when I was talking about the speech laws, I'm not shitting on another country. Like, we allowed the Patriot Act to pass. They're trying to pass this TikTok bill, which is not about anything dealing with TikTok. They're trying to put people in jail for VPNs. It's all about censorship and control. So when I say these things, it's not because I'm trying to demean another country. It's more trying to bring awareness that I recognize the failings of our nation and where we have failed as the American people to fight back against these things. And all I'm trying to do is bring attention to things that are going on around the world, because I think it's all one. I think it's all one agenda. It's not a U.S. thing, a Canada thing, an Australia thing. I think we are one people that are united fighting the same fight. So that's it.
Yeah, you guys, right now in America, the censorship is aggressively going after what people call the right or the conservatives, but it swings. And as you see, it can come after Ren. It can come after anyone. That's why people just have to get over the concept that it's okay to censor this side because they're wrong. It's just not okay to censor. You got to have as much freedom as possible, because it will swing back like the pendulum in high Ren to your side, and everyone's going to take it out.
Can we just play the Tesla part?
Cool system.
Yeah.
Democracy will not exist till actions speak louder than money. Wealth is a point.
I don't want to talk over his lyrics. My bad, you guys.
burn money. Greed makes us bleed, makes us bleed, makes us bleed.
Our political system is a farce. Democracy will not exist till actions speak louder than money. Wealth is a poison honey, another money-making holiday for the Easter Bunny. I've got suck out your soul, I drink Coca-Cola, lining up the pockets of the fat controller, selling fear to the people, let it spread like a bowl. A propaganda machine, American dream, it's hopeless.
Propaganda machine, that's everything I was talking about. Just propaganda machine, Coca-Cola, all that ties into 2020.
Nikola Tesla, 1883. The DC current system fought against the AC, but not because the AC system wasn't any better, because people don't like change when money's at the center. Move, let me enter from the epicenter. Poison parliamenter, who's the main contender? Oh, it's you, Mr. President. Evident that the counterintelligence is a hell of a prevalent.
Dang. All right, drop it on Tesla for your boy.
I have a Tesla coil tattooed on my forearm. People often ask me what that is. They think it's an oil rig. When I got it, I was like, nobody's going to know what this is.
It's so he can charge himself up.
Yeah, so I can charge myself up. But the reason I got the tattoo is because of what Tesla represented to me. And he's speaking on that. Basically, there was a battle between Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla, and they did everything in their power. Edison electrocuted a elephant. I almost said a whale. A live elephant to death because he wanted to prove that AC current was dangerous and shouldn't be allowed in the public. And basically, there was a turning point where Tesla signed a deal with Westinghouse, who was the person who was the money, who was behind. They still make things today. If you've ever seen the name Westinghouse, it's like on appliances, electronics. But Westinghouse came to him at one point and said that this deal that we have is going to bankrupt me. I can no longer do this. And Tesla basically ripped up the contracts. And he said, it's more important that we share this with the world than it is the money. Now, Tesla ended up dying broke and destitute because he ripped up those contracts. But he had a vision to basically get this out into the world. We can make arguments about whether or not it was good or bad, but he's the one who essentially invented radio, remote control, electricity. All of these items are because of him. And this Tesla coil, which is actually Wardenclyffe, represents an idea that he had. He believed that he could send free electricity around the world. So that's what this machine was. It was to give free energy to the world. That's why I have it tattooed, because to me it was the idea of a man who was willing to give up his worldly resources for a vision to give wealth to the world. That was his goal. He actually conducted experiments here in Colorado Springs, not far. Deaf and Blind School is where he had, an office, and they said that he actually was able to conduct electricity through the ground, and he was able to put like light bulbs on the ground. They would just light up. So when he died, the FBI went into his apartment and took all of his patents. So there's this like rumor going around that some of these devices actually still exist and have the power to transmit energy free to the world. Whether you believe that or not, I don't know. But I just thought that was deep that he brought that convo in, and I have the tattoo, so I had to speak on it.
Shout out to Ren. When you have to go pay your utilities bill, remember what Ren said and Don said, that you don't have to pay because you could have been free. If they would have hated on, they wouldn't have hated on Tesla.
Yep.
Dang. Oh, he did this in 2020. I'm so curious what he thinks about 2020. The stuff I can't talk about on YouTube. I am so curious because
we'll have to get a Rumble interview.
I mean, I honestly stray away from that stuff now just because it's divisive now that it's not as in front of your face, because people are dealing with the real life repercussions of making a decision from propaganda, and those repercussions are happening real time all over the world, and it's unfortunate. I've seen it with some of my family members, so it's unfortunate, you guys. But yeah, man, dang, I love that. That got us really talking. Y'all probably hated it, but I loved it. We got 40 minutes in, player.
That's funny because
on a 2-minute song, 2 minute and 30. I warned him. I was like, bro, it's called Crucify Your Culture. You know what's gonna happen when you talk with us.
He actually said, he was like, dude,
let's just do love music part 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if I want to do this song because it's gonna end up being a 30-minute reaction. I was like, it's a 2-minute song. How long could our reaction be? But
I can't bite my tongue, and I know you can't either.
Once again, this is the power of Ren. Great art creates great conversation. Now, whether or not our conversation was great, you will be the judge. But the conversation happened and was all inspired by this song.
Don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. You guys, if you're rocking with our vibe, subscribe. And yo, we love y'all regardless. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna censor y'all in the chat. So much love, you guys. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ, boy.